Earlier this year, a lot of real estate experts expected inventory to improve, prices to cool a little, and mortgage rates to stay higher than buyers would like. Now that we're halfway through the year, I wanted to give you a quick update on what's actually happening in Red Oak, Waxahachie, and the surrounding cities, and what that means if you're thinking about buying, selling, or just keeping an eye on the market. One of the biggest predictions was that inventory would increase. That's partly true, but the story has a little bit more local than that. In 75154, homes are taking about 71 days to sell, with a median sales price around $385,000, down 2.5% over last year. In 75165, homes are selling in about 62 days, with a median sales price around $375,000, down 1.3% from last year. That tells us this is not a runaway market, but it also is not slowing to a crawl. If you're buying, that's good news. You have more time to make decisions, and in many cases, more room to negotiate than buyers had a couple of years ago. If you're selling, it means pricing and presentation matter more than ever, because buyers are comparing your home with other options, and they don't have to rush. Another prediction was that home prices would level out instead of shooting up like they did in past years. That's mostly what we're seeing. Zillow shows the average home value in 75154 at about $349,000, basically flat over the last year, while 75167 is around $498,000, up 2.4% over the last year. The big takeaway is that pricing is becoming more neighborhood specific, and even within the same area. Values can look very different from one zip code to the next. Mortgage rates were also expected to stay elevated, and that part has been true. Freddie Mac reported the 30-year fixed rate at 6.43% in early July, and bank rates showed Texas rates around 6.63% for a 30-year fixed mortgage in July 2026. That matters because monthly payments are still stretched for many buyers, which is why seller concessions and rate buydowns are a bigger part of the conversations today than they were in the ultra-low rate years. So what does that mean for buyers? It means you can be more thoughtful and you may have more leverage than you think. For sellers, it means the homes that win are the ones that launch with the right price, the right condition, and a smart strategy from day one. And were the predictions right? Mostly yes. Inventory improved, prices cooled or flattened in some pockets, and rates stayed stubbornly high. But the real story is that every zip code is doing its own thing. That's why real estate is hyper-local. What's true in one part of Ellis County can be different just a few streets away. And if you want to know what these numbers mean for your home, your neighborhood, or your plans, I'm always happy to help you break it down. And remember, live adventurously, laugh abundantly, and love unconditionally.